Hi there, students. For those of you I haven't met before, I'm Dr. Richard Allington. It's my pleasure in this video to welcome you to History 1160, History of Western Civilization Part 2. And in this video, I just want to give you an outline of where everything is in the course, layout of our Blackboard shell, so you know where to find everything that you need in order to be successful in the class. So we begin at the top here with the home page, and you see that I have my office hours here that are to be arranged by appointment, but also my email address and my phone number. I strongly encourage you to take advantage of these. There's a perception that an online class is something that you do kind of by yourself in isolation, and I want to correct that misconception. I want to help you to be successful. I want you to take advantage of the opportunity to reach out to me, take advantage of the opportunity to arrange appointments with me. You can do this on Zoom or on Skype, as well as over the phone or via email. Anything you have a question about, anything that you're unsure about, I want to help you, and I want to be I want you to be successful. So reach out to me. Make sure you reach out to me ahead of the due date for the assignment that you're worried about. It's amazing how often it happens that students come to me after doing poorly on an assignment and say that they were worried about this assignment, or they didn't know what the expectations were for this assignment. At that point, I can't help you. And so I encourage you to come to me for help regularly and to come early. We scroll down on the homepage, we come to the syllabus. I'm not going to go through it here because I think that will make this video probably too long, but just as it says here, please read the syllabus carefully. It contains all the information you need about the schedule of the course, about the different assignments that you have to do, when you have to do them, how much they're worth, and the different policies of the class. So please read the syllabus carefully. That should be the first thing that you do as you begin this class. First thing you do after watching this video, of course. So if you're watching this, you're already on the right track. Next time you see help videos. Now, I know my experience with a lot of help videos is that they're not actually very helpful. They take a long time and they don't necessarily get at the problem that you're trying to solve. I hope that these videos are different. I hope that here that I've conveyed to you my different expectations for the different assignments of the class. If that's not the case and you're still unsure or you feel like the videos weren't very helpful, please let me know, because then I'll know to revise and to work on these videos again. But I do encourage you, before you turn in any assignments, every time you go to work on a new type of assignment, to look at the help videos associated with that assignment, because hopefully that will really help you out. As well as the fact that I'm here to help you, you are all here to help one another. And oftentimes you can help one another more quickly and more efficiently than I can, simply because there are so many of you. And I've seen many times when a student's had a question that I haven't been able to answer right away because I've been working on something else. But another student is online. The student with the question posts their question to the discussion board, the other student responds, and the student who had the question gets the problem solved, doesn't have to wait a couple of hours or so for me to help them. So I encourage you to subscribe to this board so that you can help your peers. I encourage you to submit questions here when you're uncertain or worried about anything in the class. You'll find it's amazing how often different things make different sense to different people, and that so-and-so's not very good at this one particular assignment that another student is really good at, and then for a different assignment the roles are reversed. So don't hesitate to make use of this and to help one another out. Keep scrolling down, we come to the participation agreement. After you've watched this video, after you've read the syllabus carefully, after you subscribe to the student help discussion board, the next thing you should do is to go through and to agree to the participation agreement. That means that I and the support staff at the university know that you're engaged in the class and you know how to get started in the class. And then further down here, we have two pretty important folders that I'm going to talk about in some more detail. But you can also find these folders at the top of the homepage. So we're going to go back here. Now, I have a little bit of a hobby of trying to keep the Blackboard as tidy and as intuitive as possible. So I've tried to make this very simple. You have your grades, and then you have the two modules that you need. So you go here when you want to check your grades. You go here to access any course texts that you need. So this is not the textbook itself. This is not a link to the textbook. You need to purchase the textbook. So this will not get you to the textbook, but this is a reminder that you need to purchase the textbook. This is what the textbook looks like. The textbook, however, is the only course that you need to purchase for this class. Everything else is here in PDF. And so this is the one that you'll use most. This is the course sourcebook. Comes right up here when you click on it. And so every time when you look in the syllabus and it says do these readings, and then in parentheses afterwards it says sourcebook, and then it gives you a set of page numbers, here's where you come. Those page numbers correspond to the page numbers in the syllabus. So if it says for week 2, read Christopher Columbus, the Barcelona letter, begins on page 3 of the sourcebook. You go to page 3, here it is. So use this in collaboration with the syllabus to complete weekly readings. These are 3 longer readings, All Quiet on the Western Front, great account of trench warfare during World War I, Man's Search for Meaning, great account of how an individual lives their life in a German concentration camp during World War II, and Animal Farm, which is a great analogy for some of the communist revolutions in the 20th century. And so for your paper assignment, you're each going to choose one of these to write your paper on. I hope you read all of them because they're all fascinating and they're all actually pretty short. But you only need to write your paper on one of them. So that's the course text tab and the home page. And now we come to the weekly modules page. This is the most important page. This is the most important tab. This is where you're going to do most of your work over the course. And the way that I've arranged this is that I've arranged it that everything you need to do during a particular week is in the folder for that week. And so we're actually not going to start with week 1. That's where you're going to go next. So you're going to watch this video. You're going to read the syllabus. You're going to you're going to complete the participation agreement. I don't think I've forgotten anything. And then you're going to come here to the weekly modules page. You're going to click into week 1. You can see it's pretty straightforward. All you have to do for this first week is to watch a few videos and to take a look at a PowerPoint, and then complete an introduction discussion and an introduction journal. So I'm actually going to go to week 2 because this is the first time that we have a what's closer to a full week's workload. We don't really have that in the first week. Important thing to remember, this course, work for this course, comes due on Saturdays. Saturday, June the 13th. So every Saturday, by the end of the day on every Saturday, you need to have completed your work that's assigned for each week in these folders. So remember that work for this class comes due on Saturdays. Now, at the beginning of each week, I've given you an agenda. This is just to give you a sense of what's coming down the pipe. And it's basically the same each week. You have lecture videos by me. You have a PowerPoint that I've constructed that goes into some of these topics in more detail. You have textbook reading that goes into some of these topics in even broader detail. You have some mashup videos, content that I've taken from YouTube that I think is helpful. One of the nice things about an online class is you can get a bunch of different perspectives, and so that you can bring in from the internet. So these are usually pretty short videos that focus on specific important aspects of the week's work. After you've covered all this content, then you take a quiz on the lecture material. And these quizzes, you can take them 3 times. And it will take your last score on the 3rd time that you take the quiz. So, and there's a quiz every week. And every week there's a discussion board. For the first 5 weeks of the class, there will be writing assignments. Every other week, there will be an essay assignment. So weeks 2, weeks 4, week 6, and week 8, there will be an essay that's due. And then you'll have to complete a weekly journal entry. So now you know where everything is. You can scroll down. Here's your content, your videos, your reminder of what to read in the textbook, your PowerPoint, mashup videos that I've assigned for you to watch, link to the discussion tab. So you go in here to access the discussion boards. Prompts for the essay. This is also where you turn the essay in. And then your journal entries as well. And so this is where you go to post your journal entries. So this tells you where everything is. I have the exact same setup every week. So now hopefully you know where to find everything to learn about the course and begin completing some assignments. So good luck and hope to hear from you soon. And again, welcome.